Hello and welcome back to Allie Bakes. Now today we are making oatmeal raisin cookies. And if you don't like oatmeal raisin cookies, I just have one thing to say to you. Grow up, okay? It's 2023. We don't need chocolate or frosting. Sometimes we gotta get back down to our roots. And that's a good old oatmeal raisin cookie, okay? So this recipe comes out of a very special book because this is the first ever cooking/baking book I ever got from my grandma. There's a little note. And it's from the year 2016. So this is like an heirloom by my baking career standards. What I really like about this book is it's very non-specific. It kind of just gives you ratios of like fat, sugar, and flour, and you can pick your own ingredients. It isn't like the Cordon Bleu pastry school book, which is like, if the cow that made your butter didn't speak French, this isn't gonna work. This is very vague. So you can kind of customize how you wanna make your cookies and what you wanna put in them. So all the exact ingredient measurements that I used will be in the description box below. Let's get started. Start off, we're gonna preheat our oven to 350 degrees. Boop. So the fat that I chose to use is just good old unsalted butter. So this is room temperature. I have a cup of it and it's gonna go into my stand mixer to get creamed. All of your ingredients should be at room temperature when you start, but especially your butter. So now we're gonna add our sugar. I used a ratio, so I have a cup of packed light brown sugar and a half a cup of just regular white sugar. I also have a teaspoon of baking soda and half a teaspoon of salt. And then, like I said, the book lets you add really any spice you want. You could do like allspice or pumpkin pie spice. I'm just going with good old cinnamon, so we're adding a teaspoon of cinnamon. Or more, or less, whatever you want. Oopsie, oh. And now we stir. This is the step when the dough really starts to come together and look like, well, dough. Once that is fairly combined, we're gonna beat in 2 eggs. Oh man. It's okay, it was a big piece. I got it. And then we're also gonna add a teaspoon of the flavoring of our choice. I chose vanilla. They said you could also use like maple flavoring or, God forbid, coconut flavoring. We're using vanilla. And we stir. All right, so now we are going to add 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. All I want in this life is a bowl that scrapes itself. Okay, once the flour is in, we're gonna add 3 cups of oats. And we're also gonna add 1 cup of raisins. You can do raisins or chocolate chips, but I'm doing raisins. And stir. Oh! It's that simple, folks. So now, we're gonna drop them on the trays. You can make these as big as you want. They're gonna spread a little bit, but not too much. Measure with your heart. My favorite thing about drop cookies is that they by no means have to look perfect. Okay, these are gonna bake for 12 to 14 minutes. Knowing my oven, it'll probably take like 20. We'll see. right. I'll see you in like 45 minutes. Just kidding. I'll see you in like 14. Someday I will find the determination, the will, and the time to calibrate my oven. Today was not that day. I guesstimate my oven cooks like 30 degrees under what it registers as. So instead of cooking for 12 minutes, these cook for like 17. You're really just looking for that brownish ring that lets you know the bottom is done, and you don't want them to look wet on the top. These cookies are a little bit lacy and fragile, so please let them cool on the tray before you try to transfer them to your wire rack, or they will fall apart before your very eyes. All right, so as expected, these took like 17 to 18 minutes in my oven because my oven kind of sucks. But that's okay. I'm about to pull the second tray out, put the third tray in, and then we're gonna taste these things because I don't really want to wait anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and taste one of these things while these guys are cooling on the tray. So I'm gonna get one of these guys. They're so pretty. They have like that like lacy texture, which I really like, and you can still tell they're really soft. They have a nice brown bottom, but they're not like crunchy. Here we go. Yeah, they're so good. I feel like it's like doing it a disservice to compare it to like a granola bar. It's like the best granola bar you've ever had. It's like super cinnamony. It's like the perfect chewy texture. And they're so easy. Like, I'd make these every day if I could. These cookies are a delicious, easy level bake. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.